All right. I've been given an impossible prompt today, so whatever results you get is what you get. We've been asked for a doll, a skull, and a fire poker. What am I going to do with that? What am I going to do with this? So here's what we go for. We're going to go ahead and I think I want to start with just the fire poker. So let's begin with this. I have a pretty cool way that I think I can make this, so we're going to just kind of go for it. So we want to do an SZ on up. And here's where the fun begins. So I'm going to go ahead and pop out like this. Boba's good. I like boba. I do a lot of boba. The skull can be on top of the fire thing and the doll can be using it. I have a different idea. I have a slightly different idea, and you will see. Just have to wait and see. Any tips for when making boba? I don't make boba. I go to a place that makes boba, and I go, "Can I have one boba, please?" And they go, "Absolutely," and they give me a boba. I don't know anything. I don't know the first thing about making boba. There we go. Tell me I'm not the best 3D modeler in the world. Tell me I'm not a genius. Nobody could do that faster than me. Nobody could have done that as fast as I just did. A lot of people could. This is the joke. This is the joke. Okay, so I want to make the part that comes around. I think I can do this a little bit easier. My roommate made boba one time. Just once. And it was all right. I don't think it's like an at-home kind of thing. I'm sure there's people who do make it at home, and I'm sure they're great, and I don't mean to like besmirch them or anything like that. But boba really just doesn't seem like an at-home kind of thing for me. Just ain't the energy. All right, I am feeling pretty confident in what I'm doing right now. The fire poker I got. You know what? I'm gonna say it right now. Um, Next week, I'm gonna disallow characters from speed sketches. I don't know how I'm gonna do that yet. I don't know how I'm gonna say that or how I'm gonna communicate that to everybody. But I'm just gonna put that out there. We're disallowing characters. There we go. Announcement in Discord. Maybe. We'll see. Oh yeah, there was somebody who joined the Discord this morning. Kind of randomly. I don't know if you all saw that. And I looked them up and they're another streamer. I kind of expected them to jump on stream today. But yeah, I don't know what that was about. That was strange. You're not the best 3D model in the world. You're not a genius. That's exactly what I wanted. Now that I think about it, something happened today. Okay, tell me what happened today. What happened? No. CQDK, you have just done it. You've triggered something in me. And it's so complicated, I can't really explain it to everybody. Oh, you've just reminded me of an inside joke. How dare you? It's like impossible to explain too. Get the hair out of my ear. So that, to me... There's a very nice little group of streamers that I watch and I love very deeply. I've liked them for a really long time. It is Northern Lion and the Northern Lion Live Super Show and all the people associated with that. Big fan. Been a big fan of them for a long time. And there's a a human being on that show named Mouth. And there's a very famous clip where Mouth is playing like a game where you tell lies. So he has to make up some lies and people have to guess if he's lying or not, or like what the lie is. And his lie is I feel down the stairs and ravioli on me. Like I said, I can't make this funny because it's not my story to tell or whatever. But you saying I feel down the stairs just fully triggered that memory in my mind. I haven't thought about that in quite a little bit. So thanks for that, CQDK. Okay, so we're going to dissolve that edge. And once I do that... Yep, that fixes it. Perfect. Am I getting a little bit too granular for a speed sketch? Maybe. I might be overthinking this just a little bit. But I am who I am and I can't deny it. Yeah, it's fell. But you said it in the funny way, so it works. We take those. There you go. That's usable for me. Is that like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen? No, this part right here looks especially bad. But I can live with this. I kind of want to twist more, but I'm not going to do that right now. Maybe we'll twist more later. Let's make the actual hook part. So that's probably long enough. I'll do one more just in case. Just a little bit more. And then we're going to make a hook. So a hook is nice and simple. You do a very small extrusion. You go ahead and turn it just a little bit. Oh, we've messed up our symmetry here as well. Oh, I've messed it up royally. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I don't care. I'm doing it and you can't stop me. I'm wasting my own time. Okay, so we've done one, and now let's do two. And then we will officially be done. I will be rid of this curse. This curse of seeing things and wanting to fix things. Curse gone. Curse lifted. Let's grab you. Boom, boom, boom. Be gone, cursed topology. No. There we go. Do the same thing up here. Boom, boom. Bunny Man? What do you mean, Bunny Man? What does that mean? Boom. There we go. Oh, it looks so much better. That it looks bad right here, but I can fix that later. And by later, I mean not on stream. The Bunny Man? What are you talking about? What does that mean? CQDK, you're always saying the random stuff. CQDK, I got a question for you. And I hope this doesn't come across as being offensive. This is very just like a curiosity of mine. Do you think that like your family gets you? Like, do you think they're in on the loop? Or do you feel like you're kind of a lone wolf? How understood do you feel by the people around you? We want that not to be so long. So probably like this. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. There she is. It's a story? I don't know anything about this. And now I can go boom, 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 boom. Make a point. Right, we got a nice little point here. I can go ahead and do a little bit. I feel very alone. It is kind of a problem. I need to do something about it. What do you think you're going to do about it? What's your solution? I think you're doing just fine. No idea. See, I'm very similar to you. The way I grew up was very similar. I was somebody that just kind of went to the beat of my own drum and really didn't think too much about other people. Occasionally hurting people in the process. And I think the thing that I've learned getting older is just to like, how would I describe it? The thing that I've learned a lot is like how to read the room. Like how to... when I was younger, I was somebody that, you know, somebody would tell a joke. And I would be like, oh, I got a joke. Instead of like letting the person just have their joke and be funny. I would always try to like one-up people. And I didn't realize I was really doing it when I was a kid. It was just like, you know, you're funny. Let's make the whole thing even funnier. But what I was doing was ultimately like taking away from other people's experiences. And so I'm not saying that that's like your thing, but that was my thing as a kid. And the thing that helped me get over it was like learning to read the room. And I don't really know what pushed me to do that. It just kind of naturally started happening around college. Because high school, I was like a wrecking ball. I was a very annoying person growing up. How important is communication in your life? Oh, deeply. Deeply, deeply, deeply important. Communication is probably like the most important thing to me at all times of all days. I'm the kind of person where if there's a problem with like a friend or a relationship or anything like that, I'm like, okay, let's stop everything and talk about it for an hour. I'm like, I will gladly stop everything I'm doing to try and solve a single problem. So I'd say communication is very, very important for me. Lately, I've been trying to communicate in new styles because I've had a little bit of pushback to the way that I communicate, which is fair because I think I'm a very stern... I hate to use the word aggressive because aggressive has such a negative connotation, but I think I do have a little bit of a like strong personality, and I think a lot of people get put off by that. So lately I've been trying to be a little bit less like that. But ultimately, yeah, communication is key. Super important. I'm kind of an overthinker, and I only got 2 real life friends, so I started to have a lot of problems, and it's starting to get hard for me to talk to other people. I mean, that's a hard problem to solve, right? The only thing that I would really be able to say to you is, like, just practice. Like, go embarrass yourself. Genuinely. And that sounds so mean. That sounds like such a mean thing to say to somebody. But, like, just go embarrass yourself. Like, okay, so you quote unquote don't play sports. I don't know if you play sports or not, but let's say you don't play sports. Go try out for a sport. You're very shy and you get uncomfortable talking to people. Okay, well just go approach people and talk to them. Like there's more nuance to it than that, but like even if you don't enjoy the experience and even if the experience isn't like the best thing that's ever happened to you, you'll learn a lot from it. And if you're doing it in safe environments, right? People that you don't care if you make a bad impression with or something like that, then you just move on. You just don't talk to those people again, right? Especially if it's at like a public area where like, you know, if the people don't like you, you'll never see them again. I remember when I was a kid, I was very self-conscious. Okay, I'm wasting a lot of time. I got 15 minutes. What am I doing? I'm like not even making a speed sketch anymore. Hold on. We're back. I got put into a lull. Skull. Let's make a skull. Okay, so when I was a kid, I was very self-conscious of other people. And my mom, very important person in my life, my mom has done a lot for me. My mom was like, you're never going to see these people again. Like, who cares? Right? Like, just do what you want to do. And I remember kind of like holding that really close to my heart. Like, you're never going to see these people again. And that's very true. It's so often that you're faced with people that you will literally never see again in your life. And if they see you, they're definitely not going to care about you. Like, they're definitely not going to remember you or have any sort of feelings about the first time they met you, unless you were like a bad person to them. And that's been very motivating for me. That's been a very like huge aid in like interacting in general, especially with like this Twitch stuff and whatever. It's like if you were to come in and not like me, okay, then you leave. Right? I'm not going to see you in the real world. If your goal was to come and find me and punch me in the face, good luck. You're never going to find me. You will never find me. So I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about like repercussions to my own awkwardness. So in general, I think the more you do it, the more you get over it. And that's tough, right? Because naturally, as humans, we're baked in to not want to like threaten ourselves. You don't want to be put in a weird situation. You don't want to make a fool of yourself. And that's like a weird thing of the modern world, isn't it? Like, that's not a thing that existed for cavemen. That's just a thing for us now. But, you know, at the end of the day, you just kind of got to get over it. You just got to do it. Me saying you just got to get over it, I hope that doesn't come across in the wrong way. I don't mean you just have to get over it. Like, you have to learn how to do it. Everything's important. The way that you feel is important, but like, you still need to push yourself. I did not so long ago actually walk up to a random person and start talking to them. It was really nice. One was really nice with COVID rules. Took so long for you to do. I'd be careful a little bit with that. You want to make sure that you're not imposing upon the other person. Like, make sure the other person's like comfortable with what you're doing. But beyond that, yeah, that's a great thing. You should be doing that. You should like absolutely be pushing yourself and like trying to seek new ground as far as your social abilities go. This is a weird looking skull. Okay, tell you what. I think I'm going to go ahead and just generalize the skull just a little bit. And then we're going to move on. Because the more time I spend on this skull, the less we're going to actually have a result of anything. I'm going to grab these two sides and pull them forward. And this is going to be my 10-minute skull done. It's not even been 10 minutes. It's been such a short amount of time. But it's good on you. I'm glad you're pushing yourself. No. You know what? We need to add eyebrows, which to me means the only way I can do that is right here. Oh, that's the look. He kind of looks like Mumbo from Banjo-Kazooie. He looks a bit like Mumbo, which I'm in on. I like that. I like a Mumbo. Ikom Bokom. is what he says. Okay. Boom. Honestly, fine. Fine skull. That's a fine skull. Could use a little bit of work. Yes. Is it going to get a lot of work? No. So he's done. As far as I'm concerned. Maybe I'll go ahead and grab one of you, and I'll grab one of you, and I'll push you in, and we're done. Did you like Coraline? You mean the movie? The movie Coraline? Yes. Yeah, I like it. I like everything Weta does. Kubo was like amazing. I think Kubo is like one of the best movies ever made. Coraline, I don't remember a lot from it. I watched it once. I watched it at the beginning of a relationship with somebody who like really cared about it. And so I got to experience like their love for it and kind of their like interpretation of the movie. And I didn't super get a chance to like feel for myself, which was fine because I wasn't very passionate at the time being. But I didn't really get a chance to like form my own opinion about it. But I remember liking it. I remember feeling like, whoa, at the movie. It's quite a piece. Okay, so we got ourselves a skull. Quote unquote, a skull. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna make a little baby body. And we don't have time anymore. So you know what you're gonna get? You're gonna get a gross baby body. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and rotate this back. I'm starting to get sleepy, so I'm gonna go. Good night. No worries. I'll see you when I see you, CQDK. Thanks for joining us. I want this to be sharp, actually. Because I want to have a little bit of a ridge where the stomach should be. I'm assuming Coraline is a very important movie to you, Chaos? This is it. This is it right here. So let's go 0, 0, and fire poker. And let's do this thing. Not important, just was curious. What made you think about Coraline? Of all things. Such a specific choice. There we go. We'll do that. And then we're going to go ahead and squish these guys down just a little bit. And I don't have time to really sit and think too much about this. Something about the skull, the shape you were doing. Got it. It does really remind me of Banjo-Kazooie. Okay, so I'm going to make just the worst thing you've ever seen. And if Simo is here, Simo would be losing their mind, but they're not here, so... Cue Simo in the comments saying, yes, I'm here, I'm just not talking. Alright, so that is a fingy. That is a nice little finger. The thumb goes up. Like that. And then we're gonna go for it. One more. This guy comes down. And we're gonna make this guy just a bit longer. And the problem continues. Very much a problem. I have 5 minutes to finish this. And 5 minutes to also actually do the materialing, which is unfortunate. You're going to get 3 fingers because I can't be bothered. Oh, no. Oh, no. Look how bad this looks. Boom. Okay, so that's a hand. We're going to go ahead and call this body. And this guy is going to go ahead and get the mirror modifier around body. And then a fun little trick I learned is you click all of them and you go Control L and you go link modifiers. Now we go link modifiers. There we go. Boom. And then I poke some little guys on them. Nightmare Before Christmas is one of my faves. So I'm assuming you like either spooky movies or animated movies, or like, what is it? What's the catch? What's the thing for you? Both? Got it. A movie that really captures me in a weird way. And it was done yeah, the frame by frame stuff is nuts. Claymation really is a genre that, like, when it was in its prime, it was awesome. And now when I see new claymation, I'm kind of like, I'm over it. Been there, done that. Okay, so we're going to mirror one more time. No. Mirror around body. Yikes. Okay, so I got a movie that I think everybody should watch. A movie that I very deeply care about. Gotta go. Always a pleasure. No problem at all. You're gonna miss the very ending. Make sure to catch it on Discord. A movie that's very near and dear to my heart is The Fall. The Fall is such an important movie to me. Probably one of my favorite movies of all time. There we go. That's what babies look like, right? Ugh. It looks awful. It looks just like... No. We're going flat belly. I don't care. The Fall is basically a movie about a little girl who lives, or like temporarily lives at a Christian mission hospital, like turn of the century. So it's like a Spanish... Everybody there is Christian, and all the nurses and stuff are like also nuns and whatever. And there's this little girl who is getting medical treatment there for reasons. I won't spoil anything. And then a guy shows up, and they form a very weird relationship where he starts telling her stories. And she's like very into these like stories. They're like, you know, greater than life fiction sort of stories. And she's very into them. And he's sharing all these stories with her. And then in return for the stories, he tries to get her to do favors for him. And it just kind of spirals out of control. And it becomes really bleak and really dark. And both of them are like kind of manipulating each other. And it's so much. It's such a cool film. It's not as weird as it sounds. Like, it's not like sexual or anything. I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea there. There's none of that kind of stuff, but the manipulation is very strong. And man, I go crazy for that movie. It's called The Fall. I have seen Sucker Punch. I think I like Sucker Punch more than most people. I actually think Sucker Punch is pretty good. It just like got branded kind of badly. Sucker Punch was sort of sent out as like a hot chicks doing stuff, and then it ended up being like deeper than that. I'm not going to say it's super deep. It's not the deepest movie I've ever seen or anything like that, but it's an art film that got submitted as a non-art film, which is a shame because it didn't deserve that. It really deserved better. But for the people that really like it, I guess it's fine. Okay, we're going to lean a lot more on the pink with just a little bit of warping. Yes, I enjoyed it and the music. The music's good. I'll give you that. We're going to call this Baby. And I'm going to go like this and grab all of them. And come back to you, and we're going to Control L, share materials. Oh no. Yeah, the music is very good for Sucker Punch. I like Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is great. You can't hate that movie. It deals with mental illness in a way that I don't super appreciate, but it's also referring to a time period where people didn't treat mental illness very well, so it's kind of hard to judge based on that. But for the most part, it's good. I would give Sucker Punch a 3 out of 5. I would say it's good. I would watch it multiple times. Okay, let's give this guy a Verneuil. And we're good. Whoa, not what I wanted. There he is. I'm going to go ahead and scale this up to like 30. That's too much. 15. Give it a little bit less randomness so it looks a little bit more consistent, and that should be just fine for the skull. Actually, I want the randomness at max. And I think instead of Euclidean, I might want a different one. There we go. Okay. Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Quite good. Quite a good movie, in my opinion. A little... Like, it's one of those movies where I watch and I'm like, I wouldn't do this in this situation. Like, this is not me. But that doesn't mean I don't like it. You know what? I want to op in a material real quick. Bear with me. I'm going to go back to where we were. Okay, so I got furnace, material, furnace. Bada boom, I got exactly what I wanted. There he is. Yeah, Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, very good movie. It's one of those movies that I would say is like, I wouldn't do what the characters did in that movie. But that doesn't mean it's bad. Just because I don't feel the way that they do doesn't mean that they have to represent me or anything like that. And in that way, I think the movie's really good. It's like just a wild film. A little fantastical, honestly, but nothing to hate. Okay, so this has got to be it for the speed sketch. Let's go back to main. I went over by 3 minutes, which honestly, not that bad. I've been starting speed sketches early, so can't say I hate it too much. I got a little distracted, which is fine. I'd rather be distracted than bored. But this is my best attempt at a Fire Poker Skull baby doll. So that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and end the last little bit of YouTube here. So if you're watching this and you're curious, join the Discord. Give me a follow on Twitch. Hang out more. Go make beautiful things. Enjoy your own 3D lives or your 2D lives or whatever art you make. And I'm not going to promise that I'm going to announce anything next week. But let's say I put a lot of effort into that secret project last week. Or yesterday. So I got things coming. So I'll see you then.